improv comedy? Well, that's the stuff where we make up stuff without the script and stuff, right? Good.
Improv,
So tonight we're doing
the act of going on stage without a script and creating a scene from nothing. For most people, public speaking is the greatest fear, but for improvisers, this fear is very real. But what stops these people from worrying about failing?
When you're improvising, because it's all about failing and sucking at everything, and you can take something and turn it completely around into something awesome. So you might, even times like if you fall off a stage, you can end up turning that into a totally different scene and then using that. So sometimes the things that you're the worst at end up being the most fun.
There is no such thing as failure when it comes to improv. You make mistakes, people laugh. You correct the mistakes, people still laugh. And they're laughing with you, they're not really laughing at you.
But what brings these people onto the stage? What drives them to go on stage and perform?
Seriously, people's laughter is a drug. It's weird. It's very addictive. It's the release of endorphins. It's, getting out of reality. It's enjoying the moment. All of that is incredibly intoxicating. It's its own form of ecstasy.
It's hard. There's so much awesome stuff that you get to do as an improviser. I think my favorite part is the fact that you can do almost anything. You become almost anybody, and you don't have to you don't have to go to rehearsals to build a character. You just come up with something and you do that scene right there on the spot. And sometimes scenes are amazing and funny, and sometimes they're not, and that's kind of the beauty of it, I think, that you can do so much with it.
It's not knowing what comes next. It's having that kind of thrill and rush of just being in the moment. It forces you to get out of your head and just be present with that partner. In my opinion, if somebody can bring the philosophies of improv into their own lives, they would enrich it so much. Because improv has taught me to be in the moment, to be able to talk to someone, to make them feel good, and to show off them. Because improv, in my opinion, is not about yourself getting the laughs and making everybody laugh. It's to make your partner look good and have fun. And isn't that what life is about? Is to get people to feel happy about themselves and to get people to kind of escape reality.
So improv calms the mind and is also fun to perform. But what about offstage? Does improv make a difference off the stage as well?
Freedom. Improv is absolutely one of the most freeing experiences that I've ever had, because I was a pretty sheltered kid when I was younger, and with improv it has pulled me out of my shell, and anybody that really knows me now knows me to be quite a loud and boisterous person on stage.
Improv is like meditation in that sense. You are so in the moment to the point where you're almost hypersensitive to everything around you, where all those nerves and just pretty much your mind just rapid firing and forcing you just to be in that moment, you become so hypersensitive. You can feel the air, you can hear almost every single sound, and you can feel almost every single sensation in your body, from your toes wiggling to your hair just flowing. You can feel everything.
I think it's definitely made me a lot more outgoing, because you really have to trust yourself when you're on stage, and trust your partner and listen to your partner, and do crazy things all the time. And yeah, no, it's definitely made me come out of my shell a lot. I was really shy when I was younger, and so it's really helped me to kind of break out of that and be more confident in myself, I think.
I'm more spontaneous with things. I don't get nervous about interviews. I can go into a job, and like just recently I had a job where I actually spilt tea all over the floor and then told them I wanted to be an otter, and I got the job. So it just makes things very easy, I guess, just because it's more fun and you don't get so serious.
Take this in mind. During the day, I work in a sales capacity at a fairly large software company in Calgary. And there, actually, I got hired because I had put the words I do improv on my CV. And despite not having any actual sales experience, I got hired on that notion because A, I knew the subject matter. I had a master's degree in this area. And then B, I did improv. So my future boss said, hey, he's got that skill. Sure, he can sell stuff because he can make stuff up about it. I mean, people still think I know everything about GIS. They don't know the truth.
For the longest time, I could not speak in front of a crowd. I could not speak in front of classes. Every time I would get that assignment in school, I would just hand in the paper and just say, nope, can't do it. Can't speak in front of a class. Now I can talk in front of 5,000 people in the corral and have no problem with it whatsoever.
That has nothing to do with this boy! That was 10 years ago! How could you bloody well cancel about something that happened 10 years ago? Oh, wait, never mind.
So it looks like improv isn't about being as funny as you can be. It's about being free to say anything and being in the moment.
Through the people that I've met, again, and all the opportunities that I've had, it's been amazing. It's made my life so much better. It's changed me as a person, and I've made so many amazing friends and people that I'm going to be friends with for the rest of my life.
Everyone should do improv, period. It's definitely it's a life skill. It's a marketable skill. I got my current job doing with improv as a skill. If you want to get into it, just say yes. And then you'll learn that just saying yes is one of the foundational blocks. But like doing anything else in life, if you want to get good at it, if you want to be a good person at something or anything in life, just say yes. Just say yes for that first time, and then off you go.
Nazi zombies were to enter this room right now, which one of us would you throw in front of them?
Kyle,
Why?
because he'd be able to powerbomb them and it would look awesome.
Kyle nods in agreement too.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the last person you'd throw at them?
Mark,
Why?
he's my ride home.